Jean-Jacques Rousseau was a French philosopher, writer, and composer born in Geneva on June 28, 1712. He was raised by his father, a watchmaker, and was not formally educated, but he was a voracious reader and taught himself. Despite a tumultuous and unconventional life, Rousseau became one of the most influential figures of the Enlightenment, and his ideas continue to shape political, economic, and educational thought to this day. Rousseau's early life was marked by poverty and personal tragedy. He ran away from home at the age of 16 and spent many years traveling throughout France and Italy, working as a tutor, secretary, and musician. During this time, he began to develop his political philosophy, which was shaped by his experiences with social inequality and injustice. In 1749, Rousseau published his first major work, the Discourse on the Sciences and the Arts, which won a prize from the Academy of Dijon. In this work, Rousseau argued that the growth of science and the arts had not brought happiness to humanity, but instead had led to corruption and moral decay. This marked the beginning of his critique of modern civilization, which he would continue to develop throughout his career. In 1755, Rousseau published the Discourse on the Origin and Basis of Inequality Among Men, in which he explored the idea that society is not natural and that its institutions, such as private property and social hierarchy, have led to inequality and suffering. He argued that humans were originally equal and that it was the development of society that caused differences between people. Rousseau's most famous work, The Social Contract, was published in 1762. In this work, Rousseau proposed that the social contract, a voluntary agreement between individuals to form a society, is the basis of political authority. He argued that government should exist to serve the people and that its power should be limited by a constitution. He also believed that the people had the right to overthrow a government that failed to fulfill its obligations under the social contract. Rousseau's personal life was marked by scandal and controversy. He had several illegitimate children and was often in conflict with his friends and contemporaries. Despite his influence, Rousseau was forced to flee France in 1762 and spent the rest of his life in exile in Switzerland and France. In 1778, Rousseau died at the age of 66 in Ermenonville, France. He left behind a legacy as one of the most important figures of the Enlightenment, and his ideas continue to shape political, economic, and educational thought to this day. In conclusion, Jean-Jacques Rousseau was a complex and controversial figure who left a lasting impact on Western thought and culture. Despite the challenges he faced in his personal life, he remains one of the most influential political philosophers of the modern era, and his ideas continue to inspire activism and political change to this day.